This episode of Division 13 is written and performed by Crosshair. Thank you for listening. Episode 7, The Hat Man.
Division 13, Case File OB-021. Clearance Level Sigma Gray. Subject: The Hat Man Phenomenon. Statement of James L. Corcoran, age 34, taken under federal observation at Site 4, the Greyline. Recorded by Detective Holt. Date: March 3rd, 2022. Statement begins.
You're recording, right? Oh, good. I want this on tape. Because if he shows up again, I want someone to know that this is real. Okay? The first time I saw him was in a dream. Not a nightmare exactly. More like a, misfiled memory. I was walking through my apartment, but everything was wrong. The hallway stretched too long. The light from the window was frozen, like a photograph. And at the end stood a man in a long coat and a wide-brimmed hat. No face, just a shape. Sharp against the wall, like someone cut out the shadow of reality. He didn't move, not even to breathe. But I could feel him watching me. I tried to shout, but I couldn't. I tried to run, but I couldn't. My body wouldn't listen. Then he tilted his head, just a little, like he was curious. And then the dream snapped off. I woke up gasping, heart pounding, paralyzed for a few seconds. I told myself it was sleep paralysis, That happens to people, right? Just a misfire of the brain. Except, the next night, he came back. Same hallway, only now there was a sound. A low hum. Like a refrigerator through the walls, only pitched lower. Almost like a growl. When I woke, the hum kept going for a few seconds, even though I was fully awake. That's when I knew. That's when I knew something was wrong. For a week, it went like that. I'd see him in my dreams, standing by the window, then by the door, sometimes closer. He never touched me, though. He didn't need to. Every time he looked, the world felt smaller. My heart would race. I thought it burst, I started leaving the lights on, and coffee by my bed. Anything to keep me awake. But you can't outrun sleep forever, Then I saw him while I was awake. It was morning. Sunlight through the blinds. I had just brewed coffee when I caught a glimpse of something in the corner of my eye. The silhouette by the hallway mirror. Same hat. Same stillness. I spun around, but there was nothing there. thought maybe I was cracking from exhaustion. But later, driving to work, I saw him again, standing on the shoulder of I-93, watching traffic. Nobody else slowed down. Nobody else saw him. After that, he was everywhere. The reflection in the store windows, the dark between the street lamps, the fraction of a second when the light flickers. Always still, always watching. The fear wasn't sudden anymore. It was constant, a pressure, like the air thickened whenever he appeared. I stopped sleeping entirely. My girlfriend Tessa said I needed help. She tried to stay over one night. Around 2 a.m., she shook me awake. I'd finally dozed off. She said I was whispering something, some name I didn't recognize. Then she froze, staring past me. I turned, and he was there, inside the room, halfway between us and the door. The hat cut across the ceiling, covering the light, like an eclipse. Tessa screamed. Threw the lamp at him. The glass went everywhere. But by the time I looked up again, he was gone. And she bolted, packed her bags, refused to come back. Three days later, they found her in her car. The engine was still running. She was slumped over the wheel. Coronary failure, they said. 29 years old, healthy, no drugs, no explanation. After the funeral, I went to stay with my brother Mark in Cambridge. I didn't tell him why. I didn't want him to think I had lost it, you know. First night there, I woke up to the smell of ozone. Kind of like a thunderstorm, but indoors. The hallway light was strobing, flicking on, then off. And in between the flashes, I saw him. At the foot of the bed. Each blink brought him closer. When the bulb finally popped, the room went black, and something cold brushed past my hand. I screamed. Mark came running. He didn't see anyone, just me on the floor. He tried to calm me down. The next morning, he called a doctor, made an appointment for me, said he'd go with me. I went, but he never made it himself. It was a hit and run on his way to work. Witnesses said he stepped into the street like he didn't even see the car coming. That's two, detective. Two people near me gone in less than a week. You can call it coincidence if you want, but I can't. Because I saw the Hatman standing there at his funeral. I don't know what he is. Maybe he's the shadow of something bigger. Maybe he's what leaks through when we dream. The bit of our minds that can't be translated, so it wears a familiar shape. But I know what he feeds on. time I panic, every heartbeat that spikes, it grows clearer, like the fear sharpens its edges. I tried leaving town, drove north until the gaslight came on, but he was already waiting at the motel. Hat tilted, coat brushing the doorframe. No one else noticed. The clerk even asked if I was traveling alone. That was the last night before they brought me here. I came in because I can't do this anymore. I don't sleep. I don't eat. I can feel him even now. In the corner, behind your shoulder. Don't look. It doesn't help. He hates attention. He wants the anticipation, the build-up. My heart skips when he's near now. Literally, the monitor caught it at the hospital. They said arrhythmia from stress. But I think it's him, tuning me like an instrument. Like he's getting ready to play the last note. Listen, detective, if I die here, if my heart stops, you make sure they don't chalk it up to nerves. He'll come. He'll come for whoever looks long enough. Whoever imagines him clearly. That's how he spreads, I think. Through sight, through thought, like a cognition of a dread. He's standing closer now. You can't see it because you're brave enough to keep your eyes down. But I feel the shadow touch the edge of the light. My chest hurts. Listen, he's not like a ghost. It's not a dream thing, I don't think. It's like some kind of resonance of pure fear, wearing the shape like a costume. Please, if you record nothing else, don't let anyone hear me say his name. Don't.
Corcoran was transferred to Site 4 Infirmary for observation immediately after giving this statement. He was found deceased in his bunk 3 nights later. Official calls: cardiac arrest during sleep. No signs of a struggle. The infirmary camera footage shows Corcoran sitting upright moments before his death, eyes fixed on the far wall, murmuring indistinctly. The light dims abruptly before the feed cuts to static for about 8.3 seconds. No personnel reported entering or leaving during that time.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Stay cool, stay kind, and I'll see you next time.